Hey guys, what's going on? Fish Champ here, and today we are going to be blazing through Stardust Speedway in Sonic Mania. Last time we were able to go through the fake news zone, and I mean, obviously that's not what it's really named, but because channel memes, that is what I am going to officially dub Press Garden Zone from now on. So that's what we did last time, and in this episode, like I said, we're going through Stardust Speedway, and this, I believe, is a zone that's come back from Sonic CD, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm gonna say something a little unpopular, and so you can get out your pitchforks right now, but at least the little I've played of Sonic CD, and to be fair, I haven't played the entire thing, so I can't give a full opinion on the entirety of the game, but from what I played of Sonic CD, I am not a fan. I know it's like a massive cult classic among Sonic fans, and I like the animations, I like the sense of speed you get, and the music is great, but in terms of the... Now, maybe I'm just stupid, and maybe I need to look up a guide or something, or maybe it's just they make it so obvious later on in the game I'm being really dumb, but am I the only person who is thoroughly, absolutely confused by the time travel mechanic? Like, I don't understand what I'm supposed to do with it, and I don't understand how it works at all. So, I'm stuck with a game mechanic that on paper sounds really cool, but yet at the same time, when it's actually implemented, it's just not fulfilling. And so, overall, I don't really get much out of it. But anyway, enough negativity. Let's talk about the nice things that we are actually going through right now. This is a very nice zone, and it really does give a very classic Sonic high speeds feel. Obviously, as the name would imply, it's a speedway, so there you go. Also, I'm not going to do this because I am 3 lazy. I actually didn't mean to step into this, into that little portal there, so... Alright, so let's go here. But yeah, I know that in general, Sonic CD is either not known, like people don't know about it at all, or it's not really that common, or it's the source of utter fanboy and nostalgia and all that. And I get it. I mean, the Metal Sonic, even though I haven't played it, the Metal Sonic battle and the music, yeah, I get it. It's really good. I do appreciate those. And I'm not saying it's an absolutely terrible game just because I don't understand one of its core mechanics. But for something so fundamental to the game, it should be made way more obvious in the game. Now, maybe because it was in the era when, you know, you still had, obviously, you still had paper instruction manuals and everything, and, like, you had stuff that came with the game that clarified very key mechanics. Maybe I'm missing something really obvious and really huge, and I don't know. Actually, I want to go back. I want to go back to that vine. Let's see where that vine takes me. I said, let's see where that vine takes me. Oh, did it just take me up here? I think it just took me up here. Alright, let's keep going. Yeah, but definitely in the realm of classic Sonic games, Sonic CD is my least favorite, followed by Sonic 1. I mean, Sonic 1, yeah, it's a classic, and it established the series, but it's definitely not flawless, and it has issues, and even though it has aged decently well, it's definitely not the best of the classic Sonic games. My next favorite would probably be Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and then Sonic 2. I personally like Sonic 2 the best. I think it's the best classic Sonic game. Aside from Mania, though. I would say that Mania actually takes the throne from Sonic 2 as my favorite classic Sonic game. It's so good. really does a good job of bringing the classic feel to a modern time. But anyway, here we have an interesting little boss, and it's based on a little enemy that has popped up throughout the game, or throughout this level. And it's like a mother version, parent version of all those little guys that have been trying to no-scope us throughout the zone. The background is rather ominous and creepy. I actually do kind of like it, though, for that boss battle. And speak of the devil, we have a little callback to the time travel mechanic. This I do enjoy. This is simple. I understand it. It's cool. Just beat the level, go to the future. Not this, oh, throw all these signs in the middle of the zone, taking you to different time periods, and like, what am I supposed to do? Like, how am I supposed to get to the good future? What am I supposed to do in order to progress the game and get a good outcome? Nothing is ever said, nothing is ever told to me, and so, I don't know. I'm probably making myself looking really stupid by ranting about this, because it's probably so incredibly obvious that, yeah, I'm probably just being really stupid, but I hope somebody out there can relate to my struggle. I really hope they can, because I want to like Sonic CD. It's such a cool concept, and the cutscenes and the music and everything, but I can't. It's just, I just don't enjoy not knowing what on earth I'm doing. But anyway, enough of that. Let's talk about, as I said before, let's talk about the positives of this game rather than the negatives of a prior game. Stardust Speedway, I do definitely enjoy. In this game, I think the background and the music is really good. They actually redid the music so that it wasn't so, because Stardust Speedway in the past is famous for the you know, all in the background, and I think it's fine. It gives it a little bit of a flavor, but it can get a little excessive in the original, not gonna lie. So they did fix it so that it wasn't as prominent. It's still there, but it's not quite as big a deal, and I applaud them for that. These themes, the Stardust Speedway themes, just make me happy. Especially this the future zone. It's like I'm having a good time, I'm hitting the town, life's good, I'm hitting the town on a Friday night. That's what it sounds like to me. Also, I'm totally failing this. Wow. Alright, let's try this again. You know what? You know what? You know what? There we go. There we go. Alright. Well, here begins probably, I think this is my favorite boss fight in the game, actually. Well, I don't know. It can be frustrating. So, that might not make it my favorite. But I think it's probably one of the best done callbacks to a prior game. One of the best fan love letters to the fans that Sega could have given us. So anyway, we have a fight with Metal Sonic himself. Rest in pepperoni pasta tails. Concentration mode engaging. I really like how the background appears like 2.5D, and like as you're running, you're going up around a big giant tower. I absolutely love what they did with that. But anyway, this is kind of a little bit of a Sonic pinball, I guess you can say, where you're trying to knock these little dudes around and hit them back into the Metal Sonic. Also, I keep on hitting him at the wrong time. Alright. Maybe I need to be standing up like this. Okay, I don't know what triggers him going like that. Okay, there we go. Boom. Also, if I'm not mistaken, maybe this was in the original boss fight, I don't know, from Sonic CD, but that pose that Metal Sonic is making in his little apparatus, I believe that is a reference to Knuckles Chaotix, which to me is a big deal because I love Knuckles Chaotix. I think it's a really underrated game because it was made for a terrible game system. Nobody knows about it. But yeah, I love Knuckles Chaotix. The fact that it has never been re-released is absolutely criminal. And I believe, I might be wrong, if that's in the original boss fight, then rest in pepperonis my nostalgia Craigasm meter. But I believe that is a reference to the final, or one of the phases of the final fight in Knuckles Chaotix. So I think the only thing that game, only recognition Knuckles Chaotix has ever gotten in a Sonic game, like a modern Sonic game, is Sonic Generations, where they actually did remix one of the main themes from the game. What's it called now? Doorway into Summer, Gateway into Summer, something like that. Yeah. So, and that was cool. Like, I do appreciate that, but Mighty's never come back in the main games, and I pretty much know the reason for that, but it's because for Sonic Heroes, they couldn't have like 4 people on Team Chaotix, so they had to cut Mighty. And I mean, that makes sense, but still, I'm kind of sad about that. I always liked Mighty's design, and I wanted to hear him get a voice actor in a modern game, so. And the fact that he's still in the comics is like, I don't keep up much with the Sonic comics, but he's still a pretty prominent character in Sonic comics. Why is he not in the games anymore? I mean, sometimes with the Sonic comics, I'm grateful that most of the characters are not actually in the main games. But that's a can of worms I best shouldn't get into at this moment in time. Well, we defeated Metal Sonic, and we'll have Eggman's ominous, I don't know if that's a statue or a spaceship or what, but Eggman Tower, I guess. Well, I guess that's a tower in his visage. We'll have that staring us down as we head on over to Hydrocity Zone. 7.8 out of 10. Too much water. Alright, memes aside, even though this episode is a little bit short, I think I'll call it an episode. Hydrocity can get a little bit on the long side. So, next time on Sonic Mania, we will be going through Hydrocity Zone, a certain YouTuber's absolute favorite zone, and yeah, I'll talk about that in the next episode. Alright guys, see y'all later. Ciao.